Welcome to MojoPlays. Today, we're looking at 10 real-world locations in Uncharted games.
Last but not least, the Axe Store. And another old fortress.
These are all the places Nathan Drake can never visit again.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Italy, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Reunited with Sam, he and Nate's first exploit together in Uncharted 4 comes when they venture to Italy. They're gate-crashing a black market auction in search of another St. Dismas cross. It's not a familiar Italian city, but we're treated to some stunning views of rural Italy while platforming along the cliffs to infiltrate the villa. The villa itself is huge and decadent, laid out more like a Hitman level complete with disguises and distractions. It's also sunset, which further adds to the beauty of Nate's surroundings, and you'll get to enjoy a daring escape in a supercar. The Rossi estate may not exist in real life, but many similar places do, and they're all stunning.
Okay. Power room.
France, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception.
What?
Leave it to you to find a friggin' jungle in the middle of France.
While on the hunt for the City of Brass, the gang has to split up. Chloe Fraser and Charlie Cutter head for Syria, while Nate and Sully follow a different lead to France, each one hunting half of an important amulet. The French amulet is located in a crypt underneath this grand chateau somewhere in eastern France.
Crap. Oh, that hurts.
France is a picturesque and idyllic location that has long been a popular vacation spot with tourists in Europe and beyond, so it was nice to see it recreated in Uncharted's only sojourn in the country. Though the chateau is falling apart and overgrown, it's still a grand location and fun to explore, until Nate burns it to the ground.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Scotland, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
Scottish Cathedral. Strange place to bury your treasure, no?
Not really.
Immediately after leaving Italy, Nate, Sam, and Sully head for Scotland to finally discover the grave of Henry Avery. Of course, Avery wasn't buried in Scotland at all. Instead, this cathedral, St. Dismas Cathedral, hides a centuries-old obstacle course designed to test the mettle of would-be pirates.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits. To those who prove false, behold your grim fate.
As St. Dismas is still a relatively unknown figure in Christianity, there is no cathedral to him in Scotland. However, a likely candidate for what this part of the game is based on is St. Andrew's Cathedral along Scotland's east coast. It's not as large or expansive as the in-game cathedral, since it's not a video game level in real life, but it's still a major Scottish landmark.
Benjamin Bridgman. That's Avery's alias.
Western Ghats, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Last but not least, the Axe Store. And another old fortress.
This large mountain range lines India's west coast and is a tropical stretch of verdant wetlands. And playing through The Lost Legacy, you can practically feel the humidity through the screen. It's an amazing location, especially during the large open world section where Chloe and Nadine explore many temples and structures belonging to the Hoysala Empire.
Okay, let's see what this does.
Though the specific landmarks Chloe and Nadine invariably destroy don't exist, there are many Hoysala ruins in the Western Ghats and further east into Karnataka. You also encounter plenty of wildlife, including mischievous monkeys and some friendly Indian elephants that you can pause for photo ops with.
Move over a little. That's good. Now, reach that way and hold out your hand. What?
Madagascar, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
Hey, so with our luck, what are the odds this volcano is going to erupt on us?
0. It's extinct.
Yet another Uncharted 4 location that doesn't really exist. There is no such city as Kings Bay in Madagascar. but Kings Bay is based on Madagascar's actual capital city, Antananarivo, though it thankfully wasn't destroyed by a monumental car chase. Once you leave the city into the stunning open world section of the game, you'll get to see Madagascar's unique landscape yourself.
Let's take him
Be
for
right back, fellas.
Nate!
Sorry, want to check something out.
Its orange vistas, rock formations, and that huge volcano are a sight to behold. Madagascar does have many volcanoes just like this one, both on the main island and off its coast. The only thing missing was some more of the country's wildlife, though you do get to interact with a ring-tailed lemur in the market.
How you doing? Hey, you like that? Huh?
Nate. Tower.
Istanbul Palace Museum. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Technically, it's called Topkapi Palace Museum, but other than that, the game is more or less correct about it. At least, it knows it's a large museum in Istanbul, the capital of Turkey. Nate's there to perform a daring heist alongside Chloe Fraser in her first franchise appearance and Harry Flynn for an oil lamp that might point them towards Shambhala.
Oh my God, Flynn. What? Marco Polo found Shambhala. Shangri-La.
While we don't get to see the museum during the day, you still get a taste for the unique Ottoman architecture as it was built by Mehmed the Conqueror in the 15th century. Plus, you'll get to see the same architecture over and over again because the level automatically fails if you're detected.
There's a guard right below you.
The Amazon. Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Look, when Drake sailed into the Pacific, he took the Spanish fleet completely by surprise. He captured their ships, he took all their maps, their letters, their journals, and he recorded everything in this diary.
Though you spend most of the game on a fictional island off the coast of South America, for a few chapters you do descend into the heart of the Amazon jungle itself. The Amazon certainly exists. It's the largest rainforest in the world, encompassing a huge part of the South American landmass almost from coast to coast. However, one thing that does not exist is the German U-boat Nate and Sully stumble across at the top of an Amazonian waterfall.
I'll be damned.
Must have come up the river during flood season and gotten stuck.
There was minimal German activity in the Pacific Ocean during the Second World War, and there definitely weren't any U-boats sailing down the river.
So, I'm afraid the time is up.
London, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception.
Oh, God. Bet you were gonna put a silencer on that thing.
Sally, you got no sense of drama.
Every Uncharted game has a bombastic opening scene, with the third game starting with a deal gone awry in old London town. Nate's trying to sell Sir Francis Drake's ring to some shady figures who turn out to be the game's villains. We don't see many of London's iconic landmarks, but we do see its rainy streets, black cabs, and a real English pub. Nate and Sully get into a pub brawl, of course, and the duo eventually heads underground. We find a huge vault of stolen treasures and artwork, including the map that will eventually lead them to Aram of the Pillars. Still, it would have been nice to see them take a ride on the tube or steal from Buckingham Palace.
All right, one of us should climb up there and see if they can dislodge it.
Good idea. Guess who?
The Himalayas. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Hey! Sulayusho! Yeshure!
Home of the world's tallest mountain, the entire second half of Uncharted 2 takes place in the Nepalese wilderness, up in the peaceful Himalayas. Although, they don't stay peaceful for long when Nate got involved. You go to a small Tibetan village while Nate recovers from his gut shot. It's very fun to climb through the mountains, explore the icy caves, and eventually descend into Shambhala itself, following in the footsteps of Marco Polo. Who doesn't want to say they hiked through the Himalayas?
There's Sas. Bema.
Rubicali, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. In one of the franchise's most action-packed sequences ever, Nate falls from the back of a plane and eventually finds himself stranded in the middle of the Rubicali Desert. The Rubicali, located right in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, is the biggest stretch of continuous sand in the entire world.
Perfect.
You get a small taste of the desert as Nate wanders through it aimlessly, unable to tell which direction is which, and finding himself walking for hours in a circle. He's eventually rescued, but for a while, it looked like this might be one situation Nate can't escape from. Even in these dire straits though, the desert was incredible to see from above.
Oh my god, it's a village.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.